Hello, everyone, and welcome back to an amazing episode of the Moonlit Mist here on ANIPOD and on Arista Jade's channel. You might have noticed our overlay is a bit messed up, and that's because one of our other players will be joining us shortly. They just got home a little bit late from work. They'll be with us in a few minutes. Hope you're doing well.
In other words, right now they are failing RP.
No!
They're not here. They can't put RP if they're not here to RP. No, it's fine.
They're tardy, is what. It's
tardy.
Fine. They will not. It will not affect their overall grade because it's their first offense.
Good call. Good call. All right.
Yeah. No. They have a doctor's note. It's fine. Ways of announcements. Special thank you to our friends at.
Speaking of the devil, here they are. Well, let's transition. Yep, and
we were just saying how you were tardy and it was gonna affect your grade.
And a 3, and a 2, and a 1. Woo! Now we're in the right spots.
Yay!
Oh, good. Well, now you know what the emergency overlay looks like.
Yes. We started a bit late because we had to get everything finalized, all dolled up, all pretty. As things have announced, as I was saying, we are going. Special thank you to our friends at Tabletop Audio. You want to take this over, Dippy, or do you want me to take care of it?
Sure. TabletopAudio.com, the number one website for background music and sound effects for your TTRPGs, old, new, contemporary fantasy, or otherwise. Excuse me. They have a wide variety of sound effects, background music, ambient tracks, and noises for you to choose from for your games and for your purposes. They have a non-obligatory Patreon that if you do subscribe to it, you get extended versions of tracks, and they left again. Oh, and they're back again. And until... There we go. And the overlay's fixed. So, anyway... a non-obligatory Patreon that if you subscribe to it, you get longer versions of background tracks and preview versions of background tracks. As well as they have merch and smart home compatibility. All you gotta do if you use them for an online game is give them a shout, and that's exactly what we're doing here. Thank you, Tabletop Audio, for being the music to our ears. Also, no, I think that's it for now.
Okay.
Oh, the spiel.
The spiel would be good.
If I can find it. Stick around till the end of the episode for the upcoming schedule. But until then, give us a like if you... I already messed it up. No. Give us a follow if you like what you see. Give us a subscription if you're feeling generous. A Prime subscription gives us the money and you the ad-free experience at no cost to you with an Amazon Prime account. Give us a subscription on the YouTube channel to keep up with the VODs of all of our shows, past, present, and future. Follow the link tree in the description to see all of our other fun stuff like the Instagram to see updates when we go live, clips edited by Brett, and memes made by Dono. You can go to the merch store to have a small piece of the channel with you, including the new merch, which I like and I really love. The Discord server where you can chat with all of us and your fellow ANIPOD fans anytime you like, including in the dead hours of the night, and it has a book club. We appreciate anything you do to support the channel and support what we do here, but do what you can, not what you feel like you have to. Your financial security and responsibility is more important to us than us entertaining you. There are plenty of things you can do without taking money out of your pocket, like following on Twitch and subscribing on YouTube to get all of the core content for free. Every time. Always. That formula will never change. There may be special things on other platforms later. However, you will never be deprived of your core ANIPOD content with a free follow or subscription.
Yes. And I will also say, this is an 18+ stream. There might be some adult themes that might make some people feel uncomfortable and might even trigger some people. If any of these things that happen in our game do cause that, do not be afraid to step back and return later on or not come back at all. Again, we are happy that you're here, but you're not obligated to do so. We might cover some pretty dark topics in the show, so please take care of yourself first and foremost. And Mo's computer is crashing.
A couple of times now.
Yes. Well, no, it's like full-on crashing.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, there they are.
There they are again. So, thank you for watching and supporting. And with that, Brett, take it away.
I have my journal. I have my water. I have my dice.
I have my water. One of these days,
I'm
someone's gonna shoot you with a water cannon from off screen.
I'm just got this thing that clock me in the face.
Oh no!
That would have been funny. I have my dice. Is everyone ready to step into the mist? Because I think I've already fell in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Saving.
Kaklang, all right.
What was that?
I have a top from a Pyrrhine can.
Obviously, we all have those just around our
Yeah,
desk.
the little pirouettes, the like wafer cookie things with the flavored.
I think most of us know what it is, but having just the lid somewhere.
Yeah, I usually eat the
I
can
mainly-
when I'm done eating the soup.
I eat the
piece,
can
like normal
when
people.
I'm done eating the Pyrrhines. Well, normally,
Obviously.
I keep the lid around for a couple of days to do this because that's a very satisfying noise.
That is a nice ping, but let's try not to do that when we're doing content. We're trying to entertain folks.
I know. Here, I'll just do.
Okay.
We have to really identify with our neurodivergent communities here. That's what this is.
Yes. Last time we were here, the Ochre had been kind of commandeered by the military of Creed. You guys had returned with the troops, got your money. Were discovered that the gentleman that you guys were dealing with in the past was no longer in charge and seems to have been forcefully taken over. Looking a bit around, the gun stash that had been kept in Baku and August's place had been confiscated. I thought it was that. Turns out that they were compensated for it. You don't know exactly what that means. But then the other two went to the local drugstore and pharmacy run by Paulo, the Furbolg, one of the holy leaders of this town, and was curious where his godchild was, and took exception to the answer. Because our friend Miko, who we hope is doing well and sending him all the love, was basically abducted by one of Baba Yaga's fairies. Not actually Baba Yaga, but general feel of how the world responds to them.
Yep.
Stepping away,
Baba Yaga.
kinda, yeah.
Pretty incredible.
It's fine.
All things considered.
Stepping away from the general store, we return to August and Baku having a conversation after August locked up shop, seeing Baku inside, putting out the cigarette dispenser, and is looking at you.
Hey, yeah. I was wondering. So
Yeah.
Baku heads back to the Broken Axle. August is haggling for earrings / weapon enchantment. August wants a power source, and the earrings are crystals which could provide power.
Yes.
So that settled. Upon Baku's return, August closes the store. That's where
we're at, yeah.
that storyline left off.
He
And then we picked
closes
up
it.
with yeah.
We'll be open again in 2 hours! And he locks the door with about a dozen locks. 4 of them were not there when you were last here.
He's saying, have you considered improving the locks that you already have before
You're
adding
right.
more?
And you see a bunch of arcane sigils lock, and they all become arcane locks as well.
Your overkill never ceases to amaze me. Anyway, August.
Did you get me anything?
Oh, well, I don't have anything expressly for the shop or for you. Let me double check that, actually. Did I have anything specifically for him? I don't think
believe so. And for those of you wondering, August is as I eventually put him last time, a 35.5-ounce gnome, who would make Dobby look like a someone who's eaten too much. He's about a 350-year-old gnome who's got more problems than reasons to live.
Mm-hmm.
Medically specific. He enjoys life to the best of his ability, but
I did get a new toy, but I'm going to keep this one. I'm going to hold it in my hands and show it to you. Oh no, wait, no. I let Rika put it in the bag so that the soldiers wouldn't confiscate it off of me immediately. So never mind. Oh, but I did no. Actually, I'm thinking about it now. Yes, I do have a couple of fun things for us, but we're gonna wait until the military leaves so that you don't drain our store of its stock again. I understand we're being paid for it. And that is greatly appreciated.
Yes.
Yeah.
Would you like to see what they gave us?
Sure.
Oh no.
August scurries up to his little sleeping corner, and comes down with a box. It's a decent sized box. It's bigger than a Yankee Candle. Don't worry.
It's bigger than a Yankee Candle.
Yeah. I mean, probably the best way to describe it, it's a box, decent sized, like, tome, size, with a small latch, and he opens it up, and you see a collection of rings. 20 in total.
Damn.
Just, I take one out. And I look at it.
It is surprisingly light. Go ahead and roll me an Arcana check if you are curious. You work with metal regularly, so DC 14.
That was a really low roll.
You do have inspirations, but depending on how low the roll is, it might not matter.
I have 2 inspirations on a 3 on the die.
I wouldn't burn it.
No. So that's 5 total.
It's very pretty, and the gems are all speckled in a way that makes them look like the night sky. Like, seems to glisten a little bit like stars. Within each gem. Very, very pretty.
Well, these are very aesthetically pleasing. August,
Yes.
Just wondering what kind of equivalent value these have to all of the guns that they took.
I actually have to bargain with them a little bit. They're only gonna give me a couple of these, but I know good mithril when I see good mithril. And he takes the ring back and puts it in the box and closes it.
Mithril? Well, isn't that stuff like super rare? Like,
and heavily monitored.
Upon he like takes it back, closes the box. I'm like, okay, I can't observe anymore at this point unless I force it from him. But that surprises.
Go ahead and roll me a history check if you're curious about the legality of owning mithril.
That's
DC
better.
15.
It's how much is an inspiration die again?
A D8.
That would be overkill. I'm at a 13. It's close.
It is close. If you want to burn it, burn it.
Everybody else has. Join the club.
History.
Yeah,
check
and also
on
at
the
level 10, everyone's.
the legality of owning mithril. Yeah, this sounds important.
At session 10, everyone's getting an inspiration die anyway, so don't even worry about it.
It's session 9, actually.
Well, yeah, but next time.
Oh, next session. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. My heart. I almost had a heart attack. I thought I rolled a 1. It's actually I rolled a 2, which brings me up to the DC of 15.
Yes.
A collection of about 20 pretty looking rings.
All except 2 actually have gems in them. Mithril is a restricted material because they're still trying to figure out how to make planes out of it and tanks out of it. So a lot of the larger military personnel, or a lot of the bigger cities and countries, are sitting on hundreds of bars of this stuff as they're trying to get it perfectly. Moonstone is far more regulated, because of its innate properties to dispel magic. Or not dispel magic, but to be able to be imbued with magic specifically.
Which is a controlled material because they are still working on developing weapons.
Yes, and someone to casually be able to have 20 mithril rings to give away, the woman who was ever talking to outside is probably pretty important, or just comes from money. That's more wealth than everyone here in Ochre has.
Yes. So as I'm like, well done, August, fantastic. I did actually bring some fun things back, but we will wait until they are gone. Pointing at the door, like,
I can get rid of the door if you don't like it.
They on the other side of the door, my dear friend. Because there might be a fun little project for you to work on while we go and do something else for maybe a couple of days, weeks. I don't know about that yet. We might have a fun project to work on that we can work on over the next couple of days.
I'm interested, but if it's all the same to you, I'm just keep looking at these. And he opens it back up again and starts oogling like a kid that's like, I got a really nice.
When he opens it up again, I want to look.
It.
When he opens it up again, I want to look at them a little more carefully, just to see, like, are they all different kinds of gemstones? They all have like the similar. So they're all a similar luster of metal, but they all have.
They're all mithril, without a doubt.
Mithril.
Yes.
Just...
There are two of each type of stone, except for two that are just just decorated mithril bands.
Sure.
There are two starlight sapphire. Everything is starlight. It actually glistens like the night sky within each one of these gems. It's a type of how they cut it and how they refine it. It's actually a very interesting process, but we're not here to discuss gem work.
Yeah, exactly. No, yeah.
Sapphire, ruby, garnet, moonstone, rose quartz, spinel, regular quartz, agate, and opalite. Which, because you spend so much time with objects... What? I will send it again.
Run that list back.
Yeah, run it back in a text.
Sapphire. Ruby. Garnet. Moonstone. Rose quartz. Spinel. Regular quartz. Agate. And opalite. And then the two that are just bands have decorations of the moon on them.
Sapphire, ruby, garnet, moonstone, rose quartz, spinel, regular quartz, agate, opalite.
And Mo's not here, is she?
No, you're still in the journal store. Yeah.
I need to look. I need to.
If you don't know what starlight gems look like,
spinel
it is
so
like
pretty. That
so
pink,
cool.
pinky kind of magnesium.
Yeah, like the star bright cut.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It is fascinating what they can do with gems.
Very cool. So as I admire those for a moment, and then just let August go back to admiring them. It seems he is clearly entranced with them. I will checking the shop itself. Did they only take the guns? Like,
yep, all the ammunition is still there for purchase. All of the cigars, all of the magazines, everything else that you were generously donated / you paid for by a
they were only they only cared about the weapons.
Correct.
Interesting.
Mind you, you had a stockpile of over 50 guns in a town
with the seal on it.
Yes. Because August and you really didn't think about, removing the it's better to have possession of guns that have the Creed seal
Yeah.
than you removing the Creed seal.
I don't want to get into a humongous discussion about this. At some point, August would have started scratching off insignia on his own merit. I'm sure he would have, but we're moving beyond that.
Oh, 100%. You probably said no. There are a couple of guns that he has around this place, but they're no longer looking like the ones at Creed because they're turrets.
They're turrets, and they are also heavily modified. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's an artificer through and through.
Everything that wasn't a weapon is fine.
And actually, even guns that were swords and daggers, things like that, ones that didn't specifically have Creed insignias, they left them alone. It was clearly this is our military's. How'd you get this? And then August was honest because the pretty lady offered him mithril rings.
Mithril rings. Everything that wasn't a weapon of Creed's remains untouched. Cool.
Yeah. And a couple of people have bought a couple of things here and there. Some of the chocolate bars that you guys might have had, and a lot of your magazines and your bubble gum and things like that.
I take one of the chocolate bars out of the cell stock and just open it up and start eating it. Just while observing the radio transponder. Has August? No, wait. What happened to that?
He was setting it up upstairs.
That's right.
It did not have. So yeah, it's set up. You don't know who he's talking to. It is quiet right now. It seems like no one's trying to communicate with him. Unless he turned it off.
Oh, no one is trying to communicate. Okay.
Yeah, no one's.
And then at that point, I'm just like, well then.
She was kind of scary.
Yeah, she had an aura about her. Very specific.
Kind of young for a colonel too.
A little. Furrows brow, wondering what he meant by that. And then just when we got here, that was the main thing I was concerned with, was just getting back into the shop, checking up on things. So at this point, I don't really have any convictions about checking up on the others right now, unless I feel a disturbance in the force.
So where's everyone else?
Oh, they should be.
Sorry.
Should be navigating their way around the occupational force right now. At least the ones who need to. Mo, I think. Where did I see where Mo was going after I went into the shop?
No.
I didn't. Okay. So they're probably just settling back in, doing their respective coming home things. Oh, I do have to get back to Rika again when everyone leaves. I have to get back to Rika to get some goodies back, but you know what? For now, how about I just help out here?
So I closed because I thought you were gonna have a lot of shit you need to express and things. I'd like a story, since you're here.
Oh, of course, dude. And I sit down and kick boot up onto table across from Baku's giant chair that he has in his corner of the shop. He will begin to regale August about the Mushroom Monarch and the people in the Mushroom Village that were all saved because of magic that we did. He'll go into way too much detail in certain bits that do not make sense because that's how I tell stories.
Tis true. Love you, buddy, but tis true.
Yes, I know. It's a flaw. and yeah, I'll do that for a fair bit. Like, I can drag a story like that out to 45 minutes if I'm really, like, not butchering it, but like filling in creases and gaps and with details and such.
Mm-hmm.
The trip he just took. There you go.
I will say the conversation y'all had with Paulo took about 15 minutes.
Oh God.
Mm-hmm. So I will be a third of the way through my story. If you
the little construct that Paulo has is cleaning away the tobacco spit, and you guys are left there alone with the hot broth and the savory bread. After having that tense conversation.
Because Paulo left immediately for
He
nowhere,
was comforting the small child.
Or no, he was comforting child. Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
All right.
So, what would the two of you like to do?
I think we're just still very actively sort of sitting in this, hot broth of emotion, if you will.
Kinda.
So I think Mo just sort of breaks the silence with a solid slurp. I can't do it so much in my mason jar cup because
Hold on.
but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, accurate, yeah.
Rika's just sitting there chewing on her bread.
A biblically accurate smurps.
Yep.
Biblically accurate
We
smurp.
say words.
We okay?
Say words.
Everybody?
Say
Are we fine?
I'm struggling. I'm doing great though. I just had to throw my light real quick.
Biblically accurate smurp.
Y'all, being your own boss is hard.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, because Mo is still he's not mad at Rika, I don't think. He's just sort of because remind me, Rika, I know that I know that damn it. I know that you and I sort of like in our cooldown sort of hashed out specifics and why, but I don't think that Mo and Rika have the emotional intelligence to do that. I don't think that they've done that. Does that make sense?
So I think that what we were able to accomplish was that, on the because we had big character development at the end of the last one, and it was where Mo was able to say, like, I went out on a limb for you and you fucked me over and I don't do this, and I also don't normally tell people that I would have done this and you upset me. So it was two things, and Rika kind of was like she started to kind of like, she was like, yes, I can understand that what you tried to do, and I really appreciate it, and I don't know, I don't think I've ever used that word before, kind of thing, and but also that Rika was like, what else was I fucking supposed to do? But she also was like not as direct as and aggressively speaking as she normally would have been. So that's kind of we did like the base, like an outline of an understanding. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. I needed that little bit of a refresher just to kind of.
Yeah.
So
it's been a month.
I think it literally has been a month.
Yeah. And it's but what you would take from this is if Rika could like blush from embarrassment kind of thing, that's kind of what she's doing. Is she's like, okay, I let down Paolo, I let down Mo, I let down everybody. So she's kind of like, she's like, I don't know. She also doesn't know why she cares. That's what's confusing her, is why it's upsetting her that, So that's where we are.
DM,
we
I'm
are
rolling
both just sitting here.
Gotcha. I'm rolling a die right now.
Okay.
And it's an insight check on Rika, because I know that she just explained it, but this is to see if Mo actually picks that up.
I would say, the DC is easily. You good?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. What are you talking about?
Out of the corner of my eye, I see you doing weird faces like you're like in like a 70s like sitcom, like the pause like menu.
God, he's getting the lid.
Of course.
No, I'm getting my
I'd say
scalp massage.
DC is like 16 to 17.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, that's a 16 on the die.
Nice.
Okay.
You have, for this encounter, I'd say that you've had maybe, correct me if I'm wrong, Rika, 2 dozen conversations, maybe.
Yeah, maybe a little bit less, but yeah.
A little bit less, yeah. So, like, you two are basically acquaintances, and now, given this week, you're beginning to understand more, and she can technically blush. The little bit of white that's around her face is showing a bit of redness, but you don't think it'd be wise to tell her that.
Yeah, I don't say that. I think that we are both still sort of sitting facing each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just sort of not making eye contact.
Mm-hmm.
And just sort of sitting, like I said, in that hot broth of emotion.
Yeah.
And Mo is going to stand up, sit next to Rika, take another slurp of broth, and pass her the bowl.
Thanks.
Good.
I can't make it loud enough for my mic to pick it up.
I thought she goes like this and just begins to like lick it.
I was trying
She's
to.
badgers.
Yeah.
Like a squirrel.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. Except it's a bowl.
A bowl. That's the best I had. Everything else is covered in resin. I don't want to put that to my mouth.
Fair. No resiny lips.
Fair.
Thanks.
And Mo sort of, as she's getting ready to hand it over, she'll like heat it back up and, you know, pass it over to make sure her friend has a hot meal.
Oh. Yeah, Rika doesn't pick up on that, but.
Okay.
And I think that at this point, there's a mutual okay, we're gonna move forward now. It's a reset for both of us.
Yeah. It's
I'm getting emotional. This is like...
We got this. We got
You're
this.
doing great.
Yeah. So, do you think we need to go check on Baku? Or is that me just being scared of being here if Paolo comes back?
No, you're definitely right to be scared if Paolo comes back and you're still here.
Yeah, that was yeah.
We'll go. Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Oh, let's go.
Yeah. And so we walk out and start heading back towards the shop.
Okay.
How are there's still a line of soldiers waiting outside the shop?
No, because it's been closed. They've now headed to Barnes Barn.
Okay.
The tent and the people counting the weapons is still going on, which is about 50 paces away from just it's in the center of town is the best way to describe it.
So, yeah, Rika gets up and she starts to leave and realizes I'm not going through the front, and like goes towards I'm sure I know there's a back door, or a back window or something, and I'm gonna kind of peek out before going.
No one is behind the general store.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna be like, I'm just you can just go out, the normal way, and I'll go out my normal way, and I'll meet you over there. Cool?
Don't get caught.
Yeah, that's the plan.
I'll see you over there.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll me a stealth check, Rika.
Okay.
I know you have a plus 10 in it or whatever, but trust me, roll me a stealth check.
Can I, as I say, don't get caught, can I cast guidance?
You can cast guidance. No dice have been rolled yet.
No rice?
No dice.
Hey, don't push it.
My generosity will be the death of me, or the death of Baku. I haven't quite decided yet.
Oh, okay. Well, that was almost a 20, but it is now 18.
18.
And then guidance is plus 8, 6,
a D4.
A D4.
4. I know that.
Kind of like a,
Oh, 4. So
hey.
22.
22.
Nice.
Okay. You make it over there with seemingly no problems.
Yay.
Yeah. But when you get to the front door, Mo, it's locked.
Oh, I didn't go to the front door.
Well, no, for Mo. Mo makes it there first.
Oh, okay.
There's a heavily aggressively locked door. When looking at it, you don't touch the doorknob because you are slightly magically trained to detect runes and things. You don't need to look at anything because you can literally see runes like it's a JoJo's reference with the different runes that are touch the door and you die. You're like,
From the inside
don't touch the door.
From the inside you hear
It's the Swedish chef.
It's muffled.
Oh, rest in peace, Muppets. Rest in peace, Muppets.
Lord, honestly. So actually, I have friends that are from Sweden, and they don't call him the Swedish chef. They call him the Dutch chef.
Oh, that's incredible. A question answered.
Oh.
A genuine question I've had for years. What do Swedish people call the Swedish chef? They call him the Dutch chef. That's incredible.
Rest in peace, Muppet Vision. You were gone too soon.
Anyway, yeah. Touch the door, you die. It's kind of the opposite of Deadly's Astra's. The door apologizes for being locked. The door is aggressively telling you not to touch it or you will die.
August is very meticulous when he wants to be.
Mm-hmm.
There's enough runes and sigils on that thing, it's basically a bomb.
Don't fuck with August.
No, sir.
No. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You do hear the wah coming from inside. So.
Throwing sticky notes at him, asking for snackies.
I thought you was gonna put them on the back of your head. Oh, that works too.
Took it down my shirt.
That checks out.
Yeah, that checks out. I mean, if you're throwing things at me, I think I have the right to return fire, you know?
Yo.
Yeah, it's...
Ugh.
Return to sender!
Pretty much.
So Mo goes up and just breaks the door down. Got it. Okay. Sets the place on fire.
Sure.
No, she'll like go to knock at the door, see that there's a shit ton of sigils, and sidestep 2 steps, knock on the window.
On the window outside.
Yeah.
I've
knocked on people's windows before.
You what?
Did you order anything?
I go to the window to see. Is the window like shuttered or is it like?
No, it's open. Like
Yeah, and I look and I see it's Mo. It's just, oh hey, wasn't sure when you were gonna be coming around. It's fine. It's Mo. It's
Ow! He claps and then goes to the doggy door. You did not know you guys had a doggy door.
Recently installed doggy door.
Yeah.
It's for Rika.
But there was one out back, so.
Oh my god.
Want to make a safe entrance.
Good to see you. Oh, come inside. And he opens the door, and the locks don't let him. He turned off all the seals and magic, but he locked himself out for a second. He goes back in the doggy door, unlocks all of it, steps back out, and then opens the door to let you in.
Nice.
Come in. You look well.
Yeah. It's been, yeah. It's been.
His eyes focus a little bit. You have your dad's eyes. He blinks and he's back to his normal self.
Is that something that I've been told like all my life, or is this just like?
Some people, when they see you and your father together, would say that, for sure. People will typically notice though, that, like you have your mother's nose, or like the way that her hair flows is similar to his. He had blue hair. Your father had blue flame hair, while your mother had red flame hair. But so yeah, it's a little surprising. It's something you haven't heard in a while, though.
Yeah, especially if I haven't heard it in a while, it definitely catches me off guard.
Mm-hmm.
And you see, sort of at like her scalp, like a flame where I feel like when her hair flows, it's blue at the root, like just normally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it'll go down and become lighter, and you see that. When she's caught off guard like that, the blue sort of grows out a little bit longer. Just sort of subconsciously.
I have something for you. I have something for you.
For me?
Yes.
Okay.
And he runs over to that box that that he was oogling before, Baku.
Mm-hmm.
And turns it around and opens it up for you, and you see all these mithril rings.
Holy shit.
That's the compensation for the Creed weapons, by the way.
They vastly overpaid.
I know, right?
They did
It's
ask
incredible.
Thing, but nothing to worry about.
What did they ask?
Oh, just some things that were just some of my personal stuff I wasn't using anymore.
Like what, August?
Wait, what?
Let's see if he remembers. Gotta do a sanity check real quick. DC 100. Just some stuff I had left in Creed a couple of years ago. They wanted to know some stuff. I gave them some answers.
They wanted? Wait, information and old junk you have left around are two very different things, August. Do you remember what they asked you?
Yeah, I used to work in Creed 80 years ago.
Did I know this?
110 years ago, I think. What year is it?
It's... Oh, I don't know if there is a timeline for this. No, not yet. Not an established one.
No, I have not given, because no one's asked the calendar date. For all intents and purposes, it is about a month after the spring equinox. You can look that up because it's our spring equinox, same time. But the year is roughly about doing my timeline. It has been 900 years since Creed has been created. And that's kind of the calendar that's used down here. It's been 897 years since Creed has been created.
But tech level wise, it's like World War One, like 1900s, early 1900s. So just remove the leading one, and that's the year that you're kind of in. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. All right.
110 years?
That was a very long
wait,
time.
It's 897?
Yeah.
He takes out a it's not it's the old an abacus.
Yeah.
And he just begins to do some quick numbers. Around this time is when you show up, Rika. 124 years, 6 months, and 13 days.
You're older than that.
No, yes, that's the last time I was in Creed.
Why were you in Creed?
I used to work there.
What did you do in Creed?
He kind of looks on his job and gestures.
So what did they want to know about when you were in Creed that they paid this much for?
Just some old notes and like wherever they could find some of my old projects. Old stuff.
August.
Useful?
I don't think you're being straight with me.
Roll the initiative check with advantage.
Baku is just like sitting in the corner, knowing that August is like probably spouting nonsense, like more than likely spouting nonsense. And
I will
if
say
they were
that projects that this lady was interested in, they aren't things that are pertinent to what they're doing now, or if they are pertinent, he'll know sooner rather than later. So. Yeah, I will say, given the fact you've lived here for a while now, and looking through some of August's stuff when he's sleeping, things like that, easily able to find some Creed memorabilia here and there from like an old uniform, a couple of patches, a couple of letters and things like that, but all dates long before you were born.
What is the inspiration, and do I have an inspiration?
It's a D8. You had an advantage. The DC was 14.
Okay, I rolled 2 9s.
Oh gosh.
Do they have any more inspirations, Baku? You're the one that has inspiration counter. I do not.
Inspiration. Oh yeah, I used one. Mo has 1 by my count.
Okay, I'll use this. This seems like a,
And
like
now
a
Mo
juicy
has 0.
orbit.
I
So 9. So I need a 5 or more.
yes.
That's a 6.
Oh,
There you go.
Oh shit!
His head shrinks into his neck as if he's trying to turtle. There is a temple to the Shimmering Gem up there, and we were a part, and the engineers there were a part of some of their weapon making programs. I left
Wait,
a long time ago.
The Shimmering Gem?
Yeah. You know there was one up there, but you never went.
But their artificers were making weapons and not like more craft-based things?
There was a conflict going on at the time.
Odd?
There was a conflict going on at the time. They were trying to continue going northward to try to deal with, you know, and he kind of gestures towards Baku awkwardly.
As I I feel the gesture, I look over and I just like.
He waves, completely forgetting for a second, but then. And they needed extra assets.
Assets like what?
The thing I specialize in. And he gestures to his gem infusions, his easy energy sources. Yeah, any electronic or any like flashlights or anything you get from here, they'll never run out of batteries because they're just runes that he put onto the actual like stuff, which is an old form of magic. That's not new. He's a rune crafter by trade. That's when technically he's an engineer, but if it comes to magic, he designs runes to do certain things. Instead of needing a spell, he can just carve something into it with the right components, and boom, it's good to go. He is a prodigy and a genius, but there were consequences for that. Oh, Rika, you're back.
Hi.
You almost got me arrested and tried for treason.
But you're good though, right?
Yes, I was awarded, and he shows you the very expensive rings.
So, I mean, really what you're saying is you were rewarded for me helping.
No!
Yeah. Would you have those, whatever you got, if it wasn't for me, you know, helping you, acquire them? I'm not asking for anything. I'm just saying, look, I'm not terrible.
As August asks that question, we will take a very short break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. And
welcome back.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
So, looking at the rings is you guys are now all in the Broken Axle, talking about possibly this crazy gnome's work history.
Yeah. So, Mo is gonna bring up to August why would acolytes of the Shimmering Gem be creating for destruction? Creation is supposed to be for the sake of creation, not violence or destruction.
He looks down at his hands and they softly begin to tremble.
I take him by the hands. August. You can tell me.
What's Mo's last name for the audience?
Oh gosh. Hold on. I have to find it. Oh my gosh. Oh shit. Oh god. Dude, because I don't think I have it on her actual character sheet.
It's not on her actual character sheet.
Fudge nuggets. Hold on. I'm sorry.
You're okay. I threw that at you. I was gonna DM it to you, but then we started talking and I got sidetracked.
No, you're good.
Fudge nuggets.
I didn't write it down. I'm so sorry. I think I put it in the character sheet that I sent to you. Like the actual, like the Google document.
Yes. He takes you by the hand and then says your mother's name. As he says, as lovely and as wonderful as our goddess is, she was born of a dying god and understands firsthand what war is.
Born of a what god? I'm sorry?
A dying
god. Which is news to you.
Yeah, I'm writing this down. And is very familiar with war. I'm trying to find
Baku
my
would
last
point
name.
Baku would point out from the corner that the Shimmering Gem and the Scarlet Sentinel and the Connoisseur of the Deep all are technically like like of the same family of gods.
Scarlet Sentinel is technically, but yes, you're right. That's an out of lore thing. Yes, they're technically from the same family.
Yeah.
Technically.
Baku knows his god. Because I know all the gods on my sheet.
Let's see. I'm just trying to find the Google Doc. I'm sorry.
No, you're okay. I'll actually, I found it for a second. I'll send it again. Or I'll just, like, put a little here. Because on phones, you can look up links for things. What you can't do...
I'm so sorry.
No, you're okay. I'm pinning the message right now.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
Don't apologize.
Yeah.
I spoke in jest before, but Baku would actually hear the talk of gods again. Again. It's very recently talked about gods as well. And just be like,
No, it's blank.
people
I don't want to be cliche, but her last name could be something like Amber or like Scorch or something like that.
No, it was something. Hold on.
I was convinced it was like a gemstone.
Yeah, it was something clever. I really put a lot of thought in it, and I really can't remember what it is right now.
It's okay.
And I didn't write it down anywhere.
Crazy that her last name is TBD. That's
I know.
insane.
It's one of those things. You never really expect it till it happens to you.
Incredible. Yeah, he would hear the talk of gods, and he would kind of step over and be like...
Well, so he calls Mo by the wrong name.
My last name is I'll throw it in the chat right now. Furea.
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 Oh. Miss Furea. Furea. Our goddess is one that understands her firsthand as she died. Or she was born from a dying god.
She was born of a dying god?
August stands up and just walks back to the forge. He steps outside and goes towards that makeshift forge that you guys have in the back.
Oh, yeah.
And instead of smelting down the bars that you guys have, you see him actually take some of the raw ingots that he likes to collect from peddlers and things like that, and begins to smelt with that. Which is odd for you, Baku, because why waste your time with impure metals and iron when we have plenty and we have the crafting stuff right there. That's just extra steps. He does this sometimes. And he's never explained it. And he just begins to turn on the forge, and like he's trying to, either he's reliving a memory or he's just going through something in his mind. It's difficult to tell.
Baku will kind of like stand and take 2 steps in Mo's direction. And be like, you learn something new every day, don't you?
And Mo just kind of looks at you, and you see, like, Mo, I feel like, is a pretty stoic person. Just in the last, like, 2 weeks, she's really sort of, like, allowed herself to begin to not... You see she feels the emotion, she doesn't know how to express them. And you see, like, the bricks being built up. Because she doesn't know, and this is too big for her. And you see her, she takes a look at the mithril. I'd like to borrow these if I could. I would just like to spend a little bit more time with each of them, see if there's any specific properties with any of them, and then I will bring them back and let you know. But
there's 2 of each. Borrow 1 of each one if you like. I'll make sure that August doesn't miss them.
Okay.
Just as long as you're not like remaking them into anything.
No,
I kind of like them as they are. They look really pretty. But
yeah.
In fact, and he will reach over and grab one of the ruby ones and just kind of pick it up and just like. Oh,
as you're holding it, it grows to match one of your finger sizes.
Oh shit!
As I like, kind of just.
It is said that mithril is one of the living metals that the tarnished and the shimmering gem made together to be able to craft the most beautiful things for their children, being the dwarves, the giants, the humans.
Can I just peek at them? And can I appraise? Is that a thing I can do in this game?
Yes, you could if you had.
God,
there's a jeweler's kit that you could pick up that you could like.
I might have that actually. Inventory. Oh no, I have a tinkerer's kit. Tinkerer's tools. Sorry, no.
You're fine.
Thanks. But can I like just guess how much?
If you want to make an intelligence check, you definitely can. You've never seen mithril, ever. But go. DC's 22.
Okay. And use what am I doing? It's a
intelligence check, just a straight check.
Intelligence check.
Yes.
+2. What did you say the DC was?
22.
Oh, okay, so I have to get a 20.
You're a bumpkin. You're a country bumpkin.
I deal with this stuff. Like
nothing of this caliber.
Okay, but see, that should tell me something, that it's worth a lot more than what I'm used to. Okay. So, yeah. All right. That was it. They can go back to their fun. That's just something Rika would have done.
You look over them. You've seen some platinum here and there. You've seen plenty of gold. This metal does not have any of the blemishes or scratches or tarnishes that you have seen with lesser and purer metals. And I'm talking about platinum and gold here. It looks unnaturally perfect. Mm-hmm. Okay. Whoever made these was a master crafter.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Baku, is there a place I could set up here? I can't help but feel like the fact that these are pairs is significant.
I will look over to my side of the workstation part of the broken axle, and I just kind of like swipe a large cadre of just blueprints, stray papers, scrap metal bits, even like a project that he was like kind of fiddling with of like a tiny kinetic sculpture just gets swept to the side and pushed up against a wall as a clear area on this stone top cabinet shelf thing is cleared for you to it just cleared instantaneously, and like the crumpled bits he
fantastic.
It grabs them, observes payment invoice, no, gotta keep that. The doodle of a
Costco receipt.
Yeah.
A CVS receipt.
You might have won.
Doodle of 2 insects doing it on the back of a frog. That's August. That's August. It's like crumples and tosses it over into August's area. Just generally tithes his area for objects that don't need to be that can be thrown away versus what shouldn't be thrown away, as Mo sets up. Just like
and as she sets up, she's realizing that a lot of her equipment, like her actual equipment, is at her house. So I would like to have Mo go to her house,
okay,
and get her equipment, and simultaneously have a mental breakdown as soon as she enters her home.
I'll allow it.
Okay, thank you.
As Mo goes I'll be right back. I need to get my things. Baku's I just cleared the space. As Mo closes the door, and I
Rika sets up her stuff, but it's just like a bunch of like things she's stolen, like her different like cleaning gears for. Like...
Oh, Rika, you have the bag. Let's do that real quick too.
Wait a second. And Rika's gonna run around back to where I think I'm gonna run into Mo. And I'm gonna be like, to put a little paw on her and be like, "Are you okay? Do you need help carrying your tools?" Yeah, that's it. Do you need help? Because like I could go keep you company and, you know, help you with stuff.
And you see she's trying to pick the words.
I mean, if not, that's
heard that I have my dad's eyes in a very long time. I haven't thought of that fact. I actually think about it often, but it's different having somebody else see it too. And I appreciate it. I just need a minute.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. You're... Rika awkwardly pats her and then scurries back in.
Oh, I love this. I love this so much.
Incredible.
Promise myself I wouldn't.
Rika's like, stupid. No, she was upset. You should have seen that. Just, no, it's fine. It's fine. What, Baku?
Baku didn't say anything.
No, you did. You were asking for something, and I said, wait. You wanted the thing out of the bag?
No, I was as I realized that, I was like, wait, the military's still here. We can't do that yet. So.
Oh. You'd be like, oh, you didn't want your.
Later.
There.
When you get back to your house.
Thing that's in this bag.
You mean this bag?
You mean this bag full of contraband? No!
You know the stuff you stole from the Green Soldiers that are like right outside? We can have them sign it. It'll be great.
Because Mo is not here, everyone needs to make a new character except for Mo.
No, and Miko.
And Miko. Well, I'm making a joke, but yes.
Dying.
Oh god.
So Mo, it's not a very long walk back to your house. It is about sunset by the time you get there, and you didn't realize you were there until you hear a as you look over and see a will-o-wisp get shot by some of your protective staves. As you murdered a child ghost.
And people get mad at me for swatting at him.
She had no idea that that's what they were. And now that, I will say, now that she's, she's knowing and aware of it, she'll take it down. But just put up some, like, mosquito netting so that they don't come off, but it won't, like, kill them.
To be fair, it's not really killing them because they are spirits, but you scare them away from the area because they are just children that got lost in the woods. Celtic mythology is fucked. I have... My sister, as a Christmas gift, got me Irish ghost stories. And that's been fun to read through. First thing you notice is that when you go through here, you've not been ransacked. Everything is in its place. The only thing that is out of place is a note on the front door. In handwriting you are not familiar with.
What?
And it says, travel and
Hold on.
wander are the
Hold on.
only separated. Oh, okay, sorry.
Sorry.
You're okay.
I'm writing everything down.
The parchment is dirty. It's not one of your pieces. It's but in decent handwriting, it says, travel and wander are only separated by their goals.
Is it
The
signed?
destination or the view on the way.
Okay, travel and wander are only.
I'll also just send it to you real quick.
Thank you.
Travel and wander are only separated by their goals.
By their goals, yes.
The destination or the view on the way.
Noon.
Aww.
Noon?
And as you
the
open
guy
your
we
door,
met, right?
yes, that's the guy y'all met.
Mhm.
On your when you open it, on your little table, there's a small packet. There's a small little bundle of currency.
So nothing was taken?
Nope. Your place was not ransacked. Noon came in, cleaned your chimneys and all of your stuff. You look around, all of the ash and soot and everything that you had gathered for your forge, everything has been removed. Your coal has been reshuffled to make sure that none of the pieces got damp at the bottom. He cleaned the place as any good chimney sweep would, and then he left you some money.
Why would he leave me money?
I asked Dadley earlier today, hey, would Noon do anything? He's like, yeah. And he sent me that message and left some money. And said I'd also leave some money.
Dadley! What?
And he said whatever loose change he has on him. So you just got 5 platinum pieces.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Oh,
That's the
Holy
loose change
shit.
he had on him.
Golly.
Oh, and 2 copper pieces. But
okay. Mo just sort of, I guess, chuckles to herself in an exasperated sigh, and it's like just very. What is this music? I don't like. This
I'm
music.
so sorry. I need to change it. That's not Noon's playlist song at all. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I was like, am I about to get like attacked in my own home?
No. There we go. It's not his song either, but it's a nice one. It is Secret Garden.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, nice. So what? I feel like Mo walks in, sees this, proceeds to go to what I see in Mo's house. It's it's where she grew up. So she's now, staying in what would be her parents' room,
Mm-hmm.
and she goes in there. She like drops her bag, takes off her boots, and just sort of sits on the bed for a second. And she like takes off her armor, so she's in like her tank top and her leggings.
Mm-hmm.
And she just sort of relaxes from having the weight of her armor off of her. And she goes to take her headband off and then holds it in front of her, and then walks, grabs a couple pieces of the charcoal, goes to her forge outside, and still, no boots, no shoes, just
warm, damp earth under your feet as it is still slightly drizzling.
You hear where the rain sort of evaporates as it hits her hair.
Mm-hmm.
And she, I think on a bedside table, she has a beautifully, like, hand braided, crafted picture frame, and it's one of those picture frames that sort of folds in the middle, where it looks like a giant locket, and it's about the size of my hands, and it's open, and it's resting open, and you see it's two pictures of her parents, and she takes that with her, and she brings it outside to the forge as well, and she starts a fire in her forge, and it sets the sort of sets the photo frame on, like, the edge of a stone, a little stone wall that's sort of edging the outside of where the forge is laid, so that she can see it. And she just sort of thinking back to the conversation she had with Rika about how she can put her faith in her God because her God is not infallible. Her God is not perfect. Her God is a mother. Her God is a daughter. Her God, and sort of calling on that familiarity, that imperfection, because no craft, as perfect as it is seeming on the outside, is without imperfection. Whether it be in the smelting process, whether it be in any, there's no, as much as we can strive for it, there's no perfection does not exist. Creation is the closest manifestation of that. And just sort of really taking the time to center her crazy she's received. She wants to just sort of, keeping her parents forefront of her heart, just try to process. And I don't know if she's really, seeking any sort of, she's not asking why or explain this. She's just sort of settling with the information that she has.
Go ahead and roll me a D100.
Oh my goodness. I don't like the D100s I have. Hold on. I want to get my good ones for this.
Take your time.
This seems lofty.
It could be. You never know.
Oh, the music paused.
Did it? Oh, it did. Thank you.
No, you're all right.
I actually have these really wonderful brass dice that I'm going to use.
Oh,
lovely.
Nice.
I love rolling D100s. It's such an adventure in and of themselves.
67? It is still raining. The forge is covered in a way so it would not be affected by the weather. You can hear the soft pitter-patter of the rain on part of the canopy that's here. It is a strong structure, and you don't ever have to worry about it. Some ambers do fly out, though. And as you're kind of just watching the coals you just kind of watch from the embers as they fly, and as they were to connect with some of the raindrops, they almost seemed to smile for a second in a similar dance of blue and red your mother and father used to do during every solstice or every sort of festival that they are part of. They were happy and they were in love. They weren't perfect all the times. No parent is. But they did the best they could with what they had. And they gave you the life that you have now. And as you blink, it turns a little bit of steam, and it happens a couple of times. And maybe it's just your imagination, but within each one of those mid-second collisions, you swear you can hear their laughter and their delight in this moment. Perhaps on the other side, and the ever-expanding, comforting you. Or just it's your imagination, and you're just tired. It's a calm, quiet moment in the middle of the woods. What would you like to do?
She just sort of sits there with this feeling of love and gratitude and heartbreak and loss, and she smiles in remembering. And she continues to sit there for quite some time before sighing and collecting her parents' photo and gathering the tools that she needs before heading back. I don't think she'll put her armor back on.
Okay.
Sense for her to do right now.
Sure.
But she'll like change and freshen up and then go back to Baku's shop.
Okay. Night has fallen. But you know your way, and you never need to look for an extra source of light. And perhaps, in days to come, you can share your lightness with the rest of the party. Because this is where we're ending tonight's session.
God,
a little bit of a slow
Brett.
session.
What?
I would never.
No.
I wouldn't know an emotion if it hit me in the face.
You would only know emotion if it hit you in the face.
Well done, friends. No one got caught. Some interesting lore has been spilt. Don't go anywhere, our friends here on Any Podcast. As always, thank you, Arista and friends, for being a part of my game with me. Here on the ANIPOD side, if you're not following Arista, go follow Arista. And if you on the Arista side aren't following ANIPOD, don't follow ANIPOD.
Wow.
ANIPOD. Absolutely.
See, reverse psychology, babies. It works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're actually
there somewhere.
Here on the ANIPOD side going to raid over to our friends over at Roll for Respawn. They're playing some Baldur's Gate 3.
After a little bit of schedule-y and
yes.
Other things like that.
And also, happy Pride. Thank you for being around us and feeling comfortable enough to express who you are. It's not always easy to do so, and we are grateful and proud of you for doing so.
Absolutely.
So, what have we got coming up? Well, we believe that we are going to do Inquisition again on the 11th, July 11th. So that'll be a little bit of a break from another, imagine that, a break from Inquisition. On Monday, we will be doing a Dapper discussion because it's the end of the month, and playing Uno. On Tuesday, we may or may not finish Dark Energy. It's been kind of on and off, like, whether or not we actually, like...
The GM's a dad of 2 youths during summer break. Anything's in the air right now.
Yes, exactly.
It sucks.
And then, which leaves, after that possibility, 4th of July weekend. Happy 4th of July weekend, because we will not be really running anything during that time. Just enjoy the patriotism that comes with, where everyone can sit back and just go, fuck Britain. No, but like...
Is that what's supposed to happen during? I've been doing my 4th of July's wrong for all this time.
Independence Day, my dude.
I gotta stop drinking tea and eating scones on 4th of July.
Half of the planet celebrates their independence from an island the size of Vermont. Or no, not the size of Vermont, but like, yeah. But no, that's pretty much what we got coming up. Future Dapper Tees episodes and episodes of a Tuesday show that Dadley will put together to come. We're getting back into the swing of things, and we're happy that you joined us. That leaves Moonlit to come back on the 10th, right before Inquisition comes back as well. So,
and after that episode, we're actually doing a quick Q&A between the cast and conversation. So if you have any thoughts after session 10, you can ask. We'll ask each other questions. You can ask me questions. I won't spoil anything unless it's like Lore of Significance is already passed. It's relatively early, so we'll just kind of discuss certain things. I'll probably make that doc here soon, so you guys can start writing that out if we want to. But stay safe, my friends. Know that you matter and are appreciated. And we'll see you all next time.
And thank you so much for watching. Until next time, your adventure matters. Roll it for your initiative. Bye-bye. Bye. Stick around for a raid for Roll for Respawn.